Welcome back to another live here with Design Bundles. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Wherever you're from, let us know down below in the comments if I could talk today. I want to know, what are you guys crafting? What are you guys working on? Are you guys working on some Father's Day projects or maybe some graduation projects? Let me know what you guys are working on, where you guys are from, how's the weather? I want to know everything today. Now, what we're working on today is a Glowforge project, and I've already cut all the pieces out, but I'm going to walk you guys all the way through the steps in Glowforge. I'm going to show you the design I'm using, and then I've already pre-painted and glued some, but we're going to walk through the steps of painting. I'm going to tell you all the materials that we're using today. Now, we are doing a giveaway today. We're going to give away 3 months of the Plus Gold membership to one lucky winner. I'm going to announce the hashtag later on for Q&A. So if you guys have any questions along the way, make sure you guys drop them down below. Brittany is in the comments, so she can help as well. But those questions that are not able to be answered, or just for me, I'll answer those here in a little bit, a Q&A, like I said, and then we'll do the giveaway at the very end. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up my screen here really quick. I'm going to show you the file that we're using today, and then I'm going to show you, we're going to head on over to Glowforge. So this is the file I'm using today. It is so cute. It is the watermelon tiered tray. I want to see a raise of hands. Give me hearts. Give me thumbs up. Who is ready for summer? Do you guys have any big plans? Who's going to the beach? Maybe Disney? I want to know your plans in the comments below as well. But I love this one. This would be cute for even a birthday party, a pool bash, or just sitting on your table in your kitchen. Tons of things that you could do with this one. I absolutely love it. Now, you could also cut out some of the pieces, maybe make them bigger and create some signs for your home. Lots and lots of different things you can do, like I said. So this comes with a lot of pieces. So if you come through your pieces, through your pictures here, it's going to show you all of those layers here. Now, once again, you can keep and choose whatever pieces you want, but it's going to show you those layers. Now, what I like to do whenever I get everything cut out, I come back to this screen, or you can print this out using your desktop printer, and that way you can refer back to some colors if you want to use that same pattern or color that they used here. So that's what I like to do. I just refer back to this image here, but lots and lots of fun pieces here, but feel free to paint them or do whatever you would like. So this is the file that I'm using. Now let's go ahead and head on over to Glowforge, and I'm going to show you guys how to work with this project. Now I've already uploaded this, and I've already put in medium draft board. So I used medium draft board today, which is MDF. It's your cheapest of materials. I am using a proof grade material, which is from Glowforge themselves, but you could definitely purchase MDF at your local hardware store or a few other places online and get it cheaper and mask it yourself. But MDF ultimately is going to be your cheapest option to do this. So you don't need to use some basswood or, any of that plywood or anything like that. Highly recommend just use some MDF for this project. So you're going to upload your file by clicking on this plus up here, and then you're just going to simply hit upload and bring in that file. Now, once you upload it, this is what it's going to look like. So I'm actually going to zoom us out so maybe we can see a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can see everything. I'm going to try to select everything here and bring it up a little bit so you guys can kind of see here on the mat. I'm going to bring it in just a little bit. Here we go. So with this, it's going to be, this is off the mat, if you will. So if I scroll down, you're going to see all these pieces off the mat. Hopefully you guys can see this with that black, because sometimes it's kind of hard to see here, but you guys will see as I bring these up. So you're going to have a few different pieces. You're going to have engrave, and then you're going to have your cut files. Now, these engraved pieces here are just those numbers. We're going to delete these. It's just telling you the numbers. And the way that these are in here is the whole row. So this entire row is going to go together. So here's your bottom piece, your next piece, so on and so forth. So that's how it's going to be. So these pieces here. Now, if you plan on doing a score line, so say, for example, this right here is your score line. So if I hover over this or this piece here, you're going to see we have cut, whichever piece, if you hover above these, see where this middle one on this left-hand side, I'm hovering above this, it's cut. We're going to change that to score here in a second. And you can tell which piece that is by those middle pieces, which I'm going to explain in just a second. So we're going to get rid of this one here, the very top, because this is just the numbers. That's just kind of helping guide you. So ultimately, we can just hit ignore. So those are not even going to cut for us. So now what we're going to do is determine which one is a cut file, which one's a score. We do not need to engrave because the score line, which you can ultimately get rid of as well. I've done another tutorial. I'm not sure if we've uploaded that just yet or not. It is the summer one of this, or it's coming very, very soon. So I've done another tiered tray. And what I did was I did not use the score. So the score is basically going to help you. I'll show you guys a close up of that in a minute. The score line is going to help you line everything up easy. Now you could totally just get rid of that, and that's going to save you a step and save you a little bit of time, and you're just going to place those down where you want to. So I've done another tutorial on that showing you without the score line, but I do prefer the score. It really just helps line everything up. Now what you need to do here for your score is, if you hover above, like I said, you can tell which one's a score or a cut because you see how it's highlighting. I'm hoping you guys can really see that. You see how these pieces here are changing and it's getting rid of those extras. This is my score line. So to change it to our score, I'm simply going to select it and we're going to change it to a score, which is right here. So now that I've changed it to a score, hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. It's purple. So our cut lines are going to be red and our score is going to be purple. Now, this one's not showing up because I don't have it correctly on the map, which I'll do in just a second. So all of our score pieces are in purple. And what we're going to be able to do, so this is going to cut and then it's going to score these pieces. All of these are cutout pieces. And so to start lining this up on the mat, so these are already sized out for you to fit a tiered tray. But if you wanted to make these a great big sign, say for example, I was wanting to do a door hanger, you could size these out to whatever size you want to. Say for example, I want to get rid of everything except for the cute little, this cup right here. I can really size that out to a really nice size door hanger. So to fit these on the mat, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just delete these pieces here. Let me bring in my keyboard. Once again, as you guys are just not joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know where you guys are from, what you're crafting today, and just kind of hang out with us. We're working with the Glowforge here, so I'm showing you guys how to prep up for score lines and cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just start moving all of these pieces around. So this is going to cut here. You can see that red line. The purple is going to be our score line. And then you can just move these around. So that way you can fit as many as you want. If I wanted to, I could rotate this guy and I can actually stick it in between this here because these are going to be separate and save some space. See how I did that? And so as I bring these in, so this one right here is going to be a score and a cut. So the red line is our cut, score purple. I can start bringing these in. You're going to see those colors change as soon as they fit on our map properly. And then I'll do the same. So you can just select over a couple pieces here and then bring these in just like so. So all of these pieces here, you can see as soon as I bring them up, how that color changed, but I'm just going to get them as close and as tight as I want to, and I can rotate whatever I want to. So if I need to rotate something, so I can go back over here maybe and see if I can fit it over here, feel free to do so. So you're just going to continue to do this all the way across the board. So you're just going to keep bringing these pieces up. So I think this took me about, I want to say, let me scroll down here really quick. I want to say 3 pieces of MDF. And like I said, I really just got this on here as close as I could, as many pieces as I could. So I could set this aside. I could grab these couple pieces of watermelon, bring those in, and then keep on going. So I'll kind of go down here, grab some more, bring it up, and then just keep on trucking. So like I said, even these little pieces here, maybe even these smaller ones here, just like that. So once you're done, show you as many pieces as you're going to do, you're going to go up here and hit print. It's going to give you the time. I have my machine on. I just had it loaded here so you guys can see. You're going to hit print, and then it's going to tell you how long, and then you're going to hit the go button on your Glowforge. So super easy. And then once you're done, so say I cut all of these layers, I'm going to come back. I'm going to select all of these like this. I can simply hit delete and get rid of them, or I could slide them over, and then I'm going to start bringing in my next layer. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to fill these guys up, as many and as close as I can. So like I said, we have another tutorial here if you guys want to check that out. If it's not up, it'll be up very, very soon, like I said. But that's pretty much it. So once again, once that's done, you're going to go and you're going to send it again. So super, super easy. All right, so let's get ready to drop this down so we can check out all of our pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it full screen. Give me just a second. There we go. All right. So let's go over all of the supplies that I'm using today. Now, once again, if you guys have any questions along the way, we can come back over here to Glowforge if we need to when we do Q&A. So hopefully everybody is following along. I don't have a Glowforge, love watching. You guys let me know, is it something that is on your bucket list? And also there's other laser machines. When I say Glowforge, you don't have to just use Glowforge. You can use whatever laser machine you have. And you can even cut this out with your Cricut Maker if you wanted to as well. So you could do that with that thinner balsa or that heavy chipboard if you wanted to. So feel free to make this with your Cricut Makers as well. All right, so let's go over. So number one, let me show you a few of these pieces. I've already glued them and put them together. How stinking cute are these? Adorable. And here is that super cute. I made a mess of my little dots, so you guys don't judge me on that. But look at how cute these frames. So it's really cool because it makes a frame. So it completely will create its own frame. So you have your back piece, you have the frame, and look at those layers. Hopefully you guys can see all those layers. It's really cool. This is one of my favorite pieces here. Look how cute that is. Adorable. And like I said, look how thick that is. Love, love, love this one. And I just used a wood stain, which I'll show you guys in a minute, to stain this so you can have that wood effect. And then there's this one. Now, going backwards, I wish I would have purchased a darker green for my watermelon, but you guys let me know what you guys think of this. I should have got a little bit of a brighter yellow as well. And then I just hand painted the watermelon seeds, which you guys will see here in a second. And then I think I have this one here. So cute. This is also one of my favorites. I think it's so cute. All right, here we go. So let's go over the paints that I used. I switched it up today. You guys know I love the StarCraft paints, but they don't have a whole variety of color. So I just ran down. So I do believe I have that link down below for you guys, the StarCraft brand. But I ran to Walmart and grabbed this Waverly brand here, chalk paint, and they have a ton of colors. So what I did was I got this crimson red and this light pink here. I got these colors and I mixed them to create this really nice pink here. So that's what I did there, in case you guys are curious about that. So I just got a few colors of that, all these little chalk paints. These were like $1 something each, so not bad. They're going to last you forever. And then that stain that I used is right here by Folk Art. This is just a wax. I just put it on a baby wipe. You could put it on a paper towel and rubbed it all over. All right, so we've got that. Got some paint brushes. I've got my little paint palette here of my pink paint because we need a little bit of that. And then another thing is I use these tweezers from Cricut to grab my pieces like this, like the small letters. And what I do, I'm not going to do it on this one, but I'm going to demo you guys. And I do believe I talked about this in the video that I created, the other one. Take an old Cricut mat. So one that is completely dead. Now this is a small one for the joy. One that you are about to throw away, and use it to hold down your pieces. Hopefully you guys can see that there. Hold down your pieces, and that way you can paint them. If this is going to hold them in place, and that way you can paint them. So I have a mat, but listen, right before this live, I spilled black paint all over it, so I didn't get to demo that today. But you can save that and then wash it. Just like I've showed you guys before, wash in your sink with some Dawn dish soap if you want to, because it's just chalk paint, or use a baby wipe to wipe off any remaining and use it over and over again for your small pieces. I even do it for some small pieces like this. Okay, so here's all of our pieces. Let's go ahead and get started painting here. All right, so I've got all these pieces. I'm gonna try to turn it around so hopefully you guys can see all of this. So what you're gonna do, this is those score lines. I wanna show y'all really quick. So this is what it looks like when it does the score lines. So it's just a guide. It doesn't take very much to cut it out compared to an engrave. It's just going to make a guide there. Now, this is, for example, I'm just gonna be able to go in with my black paintbrush and just kind of draw on those pieces, but so on and so forth. Like, check this out. Let me move this piece really quick. When we go to line up the words, you're going to see how easy it is to line that up. So that's what a score mark's going to do. It don't take hardly any extra time at all compared to an engrave. All right, now this particular one, like I said, referring back, there was some that this is like a natural wood in the demo. Some of them I painted white like this. So it's a white canvas, but this one, we're going to leave it a natural wood color. So I'm not even painting this. So we don't have to worry about that. So let's go ahead and start with painting our pink piece. Like I said, if you guys are just now joining, I mixed a red with a light pink to create that color. All right, so we're just going to go ahead and start painting these. I've just got a piece of parchment paper underneath me. And when I did this, I really tried to go around my sides here to get the whole thing. There we go. Nice. Once again, as you guys are just now joining us, let me know where you guys are from, where you guys crafting, how's the weather, any big plans for the summer. And is anybody else, like I said, show me some love, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if you guys are ready for summertime. I am so ready. I think our entire household is ready for summer. Trying to decide what we're going to do. I think this will be our first summer to get back out. And we're trying to decide either a cruise, or B, we're trying to decide maybe going to Orlando or one more at Biloxi. Does anybody else like to go to Biloxi or Gulfport? It's one of our favorite places. Some people, not so much, but us, we love it. So if you guys have been to any of those destinations, let me know your thoughts. Anybody traveling outside the country? I want to know everything. All right. And also, any watermelon lovers today? I love watermelon. Hello from the Rainy Snow, Montana. Awesome. You guys are getting some snow right now? That is so crazy. Okay, so don't drop it like I did. All right. There we go. And I got paint all over my shirt today. But you know the little splatters that you guys get? That happened. All right, so let me go ahead. And I'm loving this chalk paint. This one is pretty nice. I do like it. So if you guys are wanting to try to find something locally, this one right here, and I do believe you guys can grab this at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, etc. But if you guys want to grab, I believe I did link the Starcraft one down below. So, all right. Let me go ahead and grab this next one. This one was moss. And like I said, I would have preferred a little bit of a darker green per se. Here we go. Now, once again, we are going to be doing the giveaway today. So pay attention at Q&A. I will announce a hashtag. Here we go. And also, anybody else, do you guys do the tiered tray? Do you guys change them by season, holiday? I'm just now getting into this whole trend. A friend of mine, she has one. So I thought about gifting this to her. And remember, like I said, if the other tutorial I did talk about my aunt, this is another idea. So she's going on a cruise and she had been asking me to make her some magnets, kind of like some magnets to stick on her door. Apparently that's a thing. If you go on a cruise, you decorate your door. You guys let me know down below if you know what I'm talking about. I've never been on a cruise before. I am from New York. I'm excited for the summer. Wish I can vacation outside the country. Oh, me too. If you could travel outside the country, where would you go? All right, we're Texas. I'm new. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited that you joined us. All right, so remember this one, we're going to leave a natural color. If you guys are just now joining us, this is a score. We cut this out with the Glowforge. All right, now also, I'm going to glue this down just so we can get started. The wood glue, I did forgot to mention we're using today is the Gorilla Wood Glue. You guys know it's one of my favorites. It dries pretty quickly. So I'm going to go ahead and get this going here. All right. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and just get some glue. I just go all the way around, just like that. And then we're just going to put our border on. So this is going to create our little 3D frame, if you will. There we have it. Italy. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. That would be so nice. What is a Glowforge? A Glowforge is a laser cutting machine. So it can cut thicknesses. I want to say, you guys let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it a ½ inch? It's quite thick for a Glowforge. Now, some laser machines are a little bit smaller, but you can cut materials like MDF, acrylic, some really cool things. I just received my Glowforge. Love to see the tutorial. Yay! I really hope you're going to make this project. You're going to love it. Plus, we have other tutorials on the channel, so make sure you check it out. I love my tiered tray. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep going. I'm so excited to hear that you have so I could have a color items. I switched it out with the season holidays. Oh, I love that so much. See, I've really got to get on this. Like I said, I'm just now getting into this trend. So I've really got to, you guys have got to give me some tips and tricks. Listen, it took me forever to find my tiered tray. I finally found one at Hobby Lobby because if you guys know what I'm talking about, hopefully you guys can see this here. I'm just going to hand paint in because it's got a guide here for my, with the score line. So I'm just hand painting in those little watermelon seeds, by the way, guys. It took me a while to find mine because all the ones I would find, they're super wobbly. This one's still a little bit wobbly, but I couldn't even find them. I mean, they were hard to find. Finally, I walked in one day and found one. I was so excited. I was even going to, because I was wanting to make tutorials for you guys, but I didn't have one. My friend was going to borrow me one, so I thought that was super, super sweet. She was going to borrow me hers. All right, let's see here. Get further down in here. I'm making a hot mess of my little seeds here. I'm just hand painting these like so. There we go. right, so hopefully you guys can see. I made a little mess of one of those, but I think that makes the fun of the little hand painting, right? All right, so there's that. And then the last thing we have, I'm going to double check my colors here. So I'm just looking back. Like I said, I refer back, and I believe these are going to be, one is pink, one's black, and one is the green. So let's see here. So each is going to be pink. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and paint this. Now, once again, what I would actually do is stick this on a Cricut mat, an old one, or whatever brand you have. And that stickiness will help hold these pieces in place. It just makes it so much easier. All right. And then this one is the lime green. I think this color is super pretty. This is my favorite out of all of these colors. Also, you guys let me know down below, have you tried this brand of chalk paint? And what are your thoughts of it? Here we go. All right. And then I think I just have these little pieces right here with the black. And then I just keep a little baby wipe. The chalk paint thing I like about it too over acrylic is it's so easy to clean up. So let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm trying to double check. So I think these two pieces here. Here we go. I'm going to paint these. I'm just trying to make sure I'm painting them in the correct direction. I think I am. So these are going to be black as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that. And we are almost done. I'm going to start putting this thing together. And then we'll put together our tiered tray. All right, so here we go. So I'm just painting my last few pieces here. There we go. All right. Also, I have a tutorial coming soon too. I could give you guys a sneak peek. Who wants a sneak peek of something that I have worked on with acrylic? You guys let me know. Raise your hands. Give me some love. Give me some thumbs up on this video, and I will give you guys a little sneak peek of something that I've cut with acrylic. So you guys will get a little sneak peek of it. Oh, I should grab it. All right. So if you guys can give me some thumbs up, I love what, let me tell you, I really like it. It's really good. I've tried it, I think one time, long time ago. Also, I needed this yellow and it was a hot mess at the store, but you know, it was the only one. I bought it anyway. All right. So here we go. Let me go ahead and start putting this together as you guys are, let's see, have only used StarCraft. I'm obsessed with StarCraft. So this is me venturing out because I'm trying to make sure that you guys can find stuff locally as well. All right. So here we go. So I'm just going to start gluing these down. So I'm just following that amazing score line that makes it so easy. Now, if you don't need that score line, especially if you're a pro and you make these all the time and you feel like you don't need that score line, you could avoid that step and save a few minutes on that. All right. Now, whenever you guys score with your Glowforge, you're going to go from like things like, say, for example, if it took me to engrave all of this, it may have taken an hour or so. And then score is literally like an extra 3 to 5 minutes. I mean, it's so quick. It's crazy quick. All right. So then I'm just getting a little bit of glue on the back side of these here. There we have it. And then I'm going to start getting down these words here. And then we'll let this guy sit aside. Now, when it comes to a word like this, I just kind of take my glue across the back a little crazy like that. And that works out pretty good. Flip it around. Here we have it. And then when it comes to, I told you guys with this, I like to use my tweezers and then go in there. Now, also, you could just put a little pile of this and use a paintbrush to put the glue on, whatever just works easiest for you. So put this on top and then go into that T. There we go. The tweezers just make it so much easier. Perfect. And then we're going to grab our last letter here. Let's see here. Whoop. I got way too much glue there, so I'm just going to get it off onto my little parchment paper here. Having parchment paper down below definitely makes for an easy cleanup, that's for sure. All right. And there we have it. Boom, boom, boom. So hopefully I can bring this in without dropping any of these pieces. Look how cute that is. I love it. It's adorable. And these 3D pieces is just a ton of fun. Now, once again, you can still accomplish something like this using your Cricut Maker. So I told you guys I'd give you a little sneak peek. And here it is. Look at this keychain here. I made this with a really pretty pink glitter. So you guys are going to see that coming soon. And I used our program DesignScape. If you guys are not familiar with our DesignScape program, if you guys are a Gold Plus member, you guys actually have that for free. Okay, here we go. So I think I could go ahead and bring us back up here so that way I can start showing you putting this together. So I'm going to scoot some of this stuff out of the way. Once again, if you guys have any questions at all, make sure you guys are dropping those down below because we're going to do Q&A here in just a little bit. So I'm going to let this guy dry and then we're going to start piling these other pieces. I may or may not use all of them. We're just going to try to put this guy together. So let me scoot these pieces out of the way. And here we have it. All right, so I'm going to bring in, let me scoot this over, and then I'm going to bring in all these pieces. So if you guys are just now joining us, these are the pieces. I'll kind of bring these up here. Hopefully this is going to, there we go. You guys can see how cute are these? Are these not amazing? I love, love, love them. All right, so let's put them together. So I'm going to bring in my tiered tray here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see all of these pieces. So you're just going to start piling. So when it comes to a tiered tray, you're just going to figure out what works best. So you're just going to start lining these up. You can add little pieces in like this, maybe some of those little beads that kind of hang off. And then you can also add in little pieces of, we call them knickknacks, little decor pieces. Maybe you have a ceramic watermelon or even like a handtail. If we're not, I'm going to try to add this in here somewhere today. I was thinking of maybe, let me try to see how I want to do something like this. I thought about trying to have something like this kind of hanging out in here. So we'll see how that works out. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep on putting pieces in here, seeing how they fit. Let's see if we can get this. Now, one thing I have figured out too, it's like, if you can find something you can kind of hide behind, you can use that to prop up too. I've done that, life hacks. All right, so I'm going to keep on adding these little pieces. This one, like I said, is one of my favorite pieces. I'm going to try to see. One thing I like to do too is kind of hold them off of the side. Let me try this side. There we go, something like that. I'm going to kind of keep looking at my screen too to see how this looks. You guys let me know what you guys think as we go along. I was kind of thinking too, let's see, I'm almost like I wish, once again, I'm going to kind of peek up here too just to see how this is. See how I could do something like this maybe. I don't want to go too crazy up here. You know what? I wish maybe it'll stay. You could also add like some double-sided adhesive, like some foam squares to get it to stay on that circle. But we're going to keep trying to see if everything's going to work out. Oh, I may have to fix them. All right. Let's see here. Let me keep piling first. And then I'll get my top piece. Now this one's still drying, so I'm going to attempt, just so I can display it and show you guys. Hopefully maybe something like that. Now, I forgot to mention, it does come with these little bitty pieces here, which I totally forgot to add paint to. I'm going to go back and add my little watermelon seeds to these. So these ones you can actually add to a string, and I have string here, but the one I purchased right before the show, I was trying to take it off here. Let me see if I can get any off. Because the tape that they put on here, oh, here we go. It goes from the bottom. Okay, cool. I do have the string. So it comes with these little holes already for you. So that way you can just string them along. But I'm going to go ahead and get some paint on these really quick. You guys let me know. What do you think? I was trying to peek up there and see how this looks. Let me fix this just so we have the whole. We're going to try it again. Just so we have the whole effect. Which may or may not stay up here. I'm going to grab a foam dot. So let me look at my drawer really quick. That is size, maybe. I think I've got some little ones right here. And also you could tie a cute bow off the top is what I was thinking. So I think that would be really cute as well. So what I'm doing is I'm adding in some foam dots. I'm trying to see exactly where I need to add 2 of these. And I'm going to try to add this on here like so. Boom. Add adhesive. Hopefully it'll stay. Here we have it. Perfect. Nice. All right, so let me go ahead and finish adding in some little black dots here for the little watermelon seeds. So you're literally just filling in all of those score lines. Super easy peasy. Like I said, I got a little messy earlier with some of these. All right. And then also, this would be another great item to sell. So you could paint these and sell these on your marketplace as a little kit would be nice as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start loading these onto my string since I figured this out. And I may have to trim it up. We'll see here in a second. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed this through. I get one side to the next. And if you ever have a hard time bringing these through, just tape off the one end with some tape and then take it through. So I'm going to try to go ahead and bring these through here really quick. Once again, we are about to be getting ready for Q&A. So make sure if you guys have any questions, you guys are dropping those down below. And we'll get to that in just a second. We are doing a giveaway today. We are giving away 3 months of Plus membership. So we're going to give away 3 months of that to one lucky winner. All right. Here we go. We're almost there. I cannot wait to go back. I always go back at the end of the day and I read all of your guys' comments. I love to see your vacation tips and tricks. I can't wait to see where you guys are all traveling and what you guys are crafting and where you're from. So if you guys have not already told me, make sure you guys have let me know that down below. All right. So I'm just dragging this little guy over. And I've got 2 more to go. All right. So we're getting close. So it's really cool because when we add all of these on here, we're going to be able to kind of tie this around here. It's so cute. Now, this comes with 2, right? But you can ultimately duplicate that inside of Glowforge if you want to. And you could make 20 of these if you needed to. So if you were making some streamers of this at the house, you can make this bigger. So for example, you want to put these on the mantle and you want to make them bigger for that that house party, the pool party maybe. You guys could definitely make these much bigger. So don't think of just having to leave these the way they are. Feel free to make them your own. I'm going to go ahead and trim that just to make it easier to get this in here. So bear with me for just a second while I finish this out. We only have this one and one more little piece. All right, there we have it. I'm going to go ahead and load my last one. And the thing about chalk paint, I talk about it all the time too, is chalk paint dries so fast. So in case you guys are wondering why are you using chalk paint, not acrylic, feel free to use whatever you want. But I love chalk paint because it dries so fast. It's easy to wash off your hands. If I get it all over my table, I got it all over my Cricut back there, it's going to be easy cleanup. So that's why I choose to use chalk paint. Plus, it just dries so fast. Let me go ahead and trim this one more time. And then we are going to stream it up here. Now, what I did last time is I just used a little bit of tape. You guys let me know what you guys use. Or say, for example, with your little pieces, you can line it up. This one does not want to go on there. She's like, mm-mm. All right, let me get this one more time. We are almost there. Here we go. Okay, cool. So now I'm just going to try to scooch these little guys down really quick, and then we're going to hang it up here. All right. One more. And scoot down just a sec. Okay, here we go. So now with this, I'm going to trim off just a few more piece of that. This piece right here, ultimately, we can put it on level 2, level 1, whatever we want to do. And then you can just add a little piece of tape or once again, just kind of tuck them in there. So hopefully I think everything's going to stay. I think it's so cute. I love the little hand towel too. You guys let me know in the comments down below. What do you guys think of this? Is this something that you guys want to recreate? Once again, you could totally pull this off with your Cricut Maker using either chipboard, or you can even use like the, what is it, basswood or balsa wood, if you will. So you can still pull this off. So don't feel like you can't. Another thing is, say, for example, I take this into my Cricut Maker to make this. The letters, you can cut that out with vinyl. So don't feel like you have to have all those pieces as the wood or the MDF, if you will. You could cut those out with vinyl. So you could cut ultimately the big, thick pieces, the background, if you will, of these, the back layer. You could cut those out with a heavy chipboard with your Cricut, and then you can just cut everything else out with vinyl you want to. So feel free that you can still recreate this. So don't feel like you have to have a laser machine to do this, but there it is. So the hashtag today is Trey. Hashtag Trey. Drop it down in the comments for a chance to win. And we're going to get ready for Q&A. Now I'm going to carefully, y'all pray. I'm going to, well, no, we're not going to. I was going to try to move it. Let's just move our mouse over. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready for Q&A here. So maybe, you know what I'll do actually? Let's just move over to this side. Here we go. So I'm going to go ahead and go over some of your questions that you may have today. So while we're doing that, make sure you use the hashtag Trey for a chance to win. We're going to pick one Lucky Minute winner in just a second. And that winner is going to have 3 months of Gold Plus membership. All right, let's see what questions we have today. Where do you buy the chipboard I could use? Now, Cricut, I don't know if they still do or not, but they actually sell their own chipboard. But you can purchase those on, say, for example, places like scrapbook.com or on Amazon will have some. If we can find one, we will link it in the description below because, like I said, I didn't think of this beforehand, but you can purchase it from places like that. Even like Hobby Lobby and Michael's carries stuff like that too. All right, let's see. I need to know how to layer, engrave, and cut with the laser. I have multiple pages to cut larger items, tool storages, and pegboard items. I need to know how to layer, engrave. Okay, so whenever you go to do this, let's go ahead and share my screen one more time. And so hopefully I can see and know exactly what you're talking about here. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Give me just a second. And while I try to pull that up, I swear I'm going to slowly move this. So y'all bear with me for a second. Here we go. I'm going to move this just so it's easier for me to communicate. Everybody, nice and easy. Don't even remember. I think I have this here, right? Is that correct, guys? I think it is. And then we have this here. Is that right? I think so. Give me just a second. We're going to prop this back up just to make it easier. I think it'd be easier to talk, right? There we go. All right. So if I'm thinking of what you're saying correctly. So say, for example, we have, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all these pieces just so we can kind of make it bigger and show you right here. Okay. So I'm going to make this bigger so hopefully you guys can see. So say, for example, I bring this file in. We have the cut that's in red. The purple is in engrave. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring those in. So if you're talking about where you need to layer them, I wish I'd have done two. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I really wish well, actually, let's do this. Let's say, for example, let me bring this up. Let's pretend these are the same size. Okay. Let's see here. Try to make them the same size. Okay. Say, for example, you have a file. And this is my engrave file. So let's pretend this is my cut file and this is my engrave. What you're going to do is you're going to line this on top. So if that's something that you're referring to, this would be my engrave and that would be my cut. Now let's pretend that my layers are right here. So let's say that this one right here was my engrave. I would want to make sure that that's on top. So this would need to say engrave, and then this one would say cut. Now, if they were opposite, that's how you move them. So I need my engrave on top, my cut on the bottom. But if you're talking about having several files, if that's what you're meaning, you're just going to line those up. So if this was an engrave, so don't do that with this files because these files are just ready to go for you. But say, for example, this was just the engrave, you would line it up like that so it engraved perfectly on that. So hopefully I was able to answer that question. All right, so we can go ahead and bring our screen back and see what the next question is. All right, here we go. Are these sizable? Yes. So hopefully I just kind of went over that. So yep, you can resize these to whatever you want. So for example, like I said, if I wanted to create a banner for my garland, if I will. So if I wanted to create this for my fireplace, I could cut these guys out as big as I want to and stream them up. Or maybe I just want to cut this big pop sock and make a big sign for my pool party or whatever. You can make these individual and then you can size those however big you want. All right, let's see. Trey, what is the brand of paint you're using again? So the one that I'm using right now is Waverly. It's Waverly Chalk Paint in Matte. Once again, I'll kind of bring this up. Let's see if I can. There we go. So it looks just like this. And I just found it locally, but you can buy it online. And if we remember after this, we'll try to link some to Amazon as well. Let's see, can you do the Explorer or, yes, you can actually do the Explorer as well. So the Explorer, I believe, cuts chipboard to an extent. So you just need to figure out the thickness on that. So there is a lighter, there's heavy chipboard and then there's lighter chipboard. So you could do something like that. Or you can also use wood veneer. So say, for example, I did these in wood veneer. Maybe I layer them up a couple layers and then I did vinyl as the pieces too. Or I did wood veneer. So you can definitely still do this project with your Cricut Explorers too. Can you tell me the thickness I can use with my maker? Somebody help me out on this one. I want to say, is it 2.0? I want to say 1/8 of an inch, I believe. Somebody help me out, Brittany, if you maybe can Google that real quick, and I want to make sure I'm 100% correct on that. I just can't think off the top of my head. All right, does Silhouette 4 have the capability? Yes. Now listen, I want to tell you guys, because I know we've had a lot of requests over the Silhouette. I have now purchased a new one. I've purchased the pink one. I do have the plus, but I don't really like showing the plus all the time because not everybody has the plus. So I got the Silhouette 4, so we have tutorials coming soon. But I do believe that their 4, it has a knife blade. I'll do tutorials soon, so stay tuned. I believe it cuts the same thickness as the Cricut Maker. All right, let's see. When is the next dollar deal? That will be at the very end of the month, that very last week on a Wednesday. All right, so let's see here. Do we have any more questions? I think that was the last one. Are you guys ready for the giveaway? Let's go ahead and pick a winner. All right, so good luck to everybody. I am so excited for you. So let's go ahead and get our giveaway tool up here and pick a winner. Make sure you guys use that hashtag Trey. Here we go. Let's go ahead and hit that draw button. And good luck to everybody. Dun, 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 dun. This is my favorite part. It's like my heart just pounds. Here we go. Nicole Bryson. Bryson, am I saying that right? Nicole, thank you for watching us here on YouTube. Congratulations. All you simply have to do is reach out to mel@designbundles.net. Let them know that you won today watching today's live, and they will give you your plus membership and you can start using it right away. I highly recommend that you guys check out our program, the DesignScape, if you will, while you have that membership. Just play around with it and check it out. Thank you again. Congratulations to Nicole. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Let me know, what do you guys think about this? Final thoughts. I love it. I think it is so, so cute. I can't wait to display this in my kitchen. Now, also, if you guys recreate this, I want to see it. Whether you're making it with your Explorer, your Cricut Maker, or your laser machine, I want to see it. So you can either use the hashtag Design Bundle so I can check it out, or join our Facebook community group if you guys have not already, because you can share your projects over there so everybody can see, as well as you're going to find inspiration from hundreds of thousands of other crafters just like yourself. We do giveaways over there. We have freebies, all sorts of fun stuff. Brittany has that down in the comments as well as the description below. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.